Alright, let's talk about this Disney news. To give it a major copyright assembled. Is this the news? Okay. Disney owned Marvel is suing relatives of Steve Ditko and other Marvel comic creators to retain control of classic characters including Iron Man, Daredevil, Spider-Man, and Black Widow. The lawsuits covered earlier today by the Hollywood Reporter were filed in New York against the heirs of Steve Ditko, Rico Heck, and Gene Colan, as well as Stanley's brother and Marvel collaborators Lawrence Lieber. They asked courts to declare that Disney has sole ownership of comics like the Avengers, Iron Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Stranger Tales, and Tales of Suspense, including the characters and story elements that have formed the basis for Disney's lucrative Marvel Cinematic Universe. As the Hollywood Reporter notes, the lawsuit, Lieber and others sending termination notices to reclaim part of the rights of many Marvel characters. They're an attempt to head off litigation that might follow from those notices. Termination notices are meant to let creators and their heirs share in publisher profit, but Disney's attorneys argued that Marvel had sole creative control over the character and comic books in question, saying it paid writers and artists on a work-for-hire basis that precluded any rights to the resulting books. Well then, this case thus involves an invalid attempt by means of termination notices to acquire certain rights to iconic Marvel comic book characters and stories, says the suit against Lieber. Artists and authors as well as their families have fought repeated legal battles for the rights to iconic comic characters. The efforts have had limited success. In 2014, Disney and the children of Marvel legend Jack Kirby settled a lawsuit that saw an appeal court rule in Disney's favor, concluding that Kirby had worked on a for a hire basis. So basically, this is the Schuster Superman deal lawsuit again. Why is there so many lawsuits happening on Disney and Marvel? It's like anything that happens, there's gonna be a lawsuit from Marvel or to Marvel. We got a Scarlett Johansson problem, but I think that was a greedy move by Scarlett Johansson, given that we are in a pandemic. And I think it's better off to know that. Okay, Mika just tweeted me, okay? I'm gonna retweet that. Subscribe to Mika Sky Splits. Anyway. Though Marvel has leverage over this lawsuit, as Kirby and Company did work for a hire on Marvel, understandably Kirby is dead, so it's Marvel that is after their heirs. They need to reconsider that creativity comes from the artists themselves. So Marvel and Disney is becoming like WWE. They're limiting their spaces. They are isolating that the product they owned, the rights that they own, is from theirs and not to the creator. Just like how WWE states that, oh yeah, these wrestlers are independent contractors, but they cannot use their characters elsewhere. They cannot use their characters in third-party programs. They had to be under WWE to do so, under the WWE banner. That's it is essentially happening here with the Disney lawsuit against Lieber, against Steve Ditko. And I think Stanley's gonna roll over on his grave because of this. End of my video. My take, not yours.